Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today we have another Robert's Ranked video and another book video, which I love doing book videos because books are awesome. You can't see my entire stack here, but this is my 2021, everything that I've read so far. I've been reading about a novel every like 3 to 4 days, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I have a Goodreads, which I don't know how to share that, but if you guys are interested in knowing my Goodreads, I'll try to put it in the comments below. So just let me know if you guys want it. But yeah, I am doing a 2021 book challenge for Goodreads, if you guys are curious. I pledged 40 books. We'll see if we get there. Right now we are at 7, maybe 8. And I'm actually waiting right now for my new book to come in the mail, and I've been waiting really impatiently. It's supposed to be here like 2 days ago, and it hasn't been here yet, so I'm hoping it gets here today. But I guess we'll see. But if you guys are like me, you guys grew up on Harry Potter and Percy Jackson and all those kind of fantasy, fun teenage novels. And so I decided I'd make a video ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite, because I've read them like dozens and dozens of times. I do have a Harry Potter one coming up similarly, but I'm going to wait till after I finish my movie reviews for them. So it'll actually be, it'll be really fun for one, but it'll be in August. We'll have not only all of the Harry Potter movies ranked, but also all of the books ranked. So if you guys are interested in Harry Potter, subscribe. But if you guys are interested in Percy Jackson, still subscribe. But at least you're in the right place. So without further ado, let's start talking about every single Percy Jackson and the Olympians book. Ranked. Okay, so we're going to start with number 5 and work our way up to 1. If you guys are interested as to why I'm not doing the Heroes of Olympus series at the same time, it is because I think that those books are just elevated by a whole different level. Then I have a whole video coming up just for the Heroes of Olympus, which that video will come out on the 12th of June. So if you guys like the Heroes of Olympus like I do, make sure you guys stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a really fun video. So I'm going to start with number 5, which is the worst, all the way up to number 1, which is the best. Using my own stack of books. These are my original books that I got when I was younger. I got them all in a box set, and I've read these exact copies like dozens of times. So I apologize that they're kind of crappy looking, but I promise you they're not as bad as my Harry Potter books look. But number 5, which is my least favorite Percy Jackson and the Olympians book. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Sea of Monsters. Now, this book is bad for a lot of reasons. Look, first of all, look at how tiny it is. It's like nothing. It's literally like, what, 200-something pages? Yeah, 250 pages. It's tiny, and, like, it's just not good. And, like, the introduction of Tyson, honestly, for me, wasn't interesting at all. I didn't really care about Tyson, and I like the plot, at least. I just don't think it... I think it moved a little bit too quickly for me. I wish it was a little bit thicker, like the thickness of say, The Lightning Thief, right? Where it's like 300-something pages, where we can really go into depth about what exactly it is that they're doing, because instead it was like, oh, Vision, gotta go. Grover, there you are. And like, it just felt really rushed and really, really crazy. I'm not going to talk about the movie adaptation, because I hate the movie adaptation, but if you guys are interested in my thoughts on that, I do actually have a video of it, so if you guys want to check that out, I have the review of both of the movies on my channel. But yeah, overall, not a very good book. I like the twist at the end, which, no spoilers, but the twist at the end was actually really great. I really liked the twist. It led us directly into Titan's Curse, which was nice. But overall, I actually really just don't like this book almost at all. Which kind of sucks. It's part of a pretty good series. Coming in at number 4. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Titan's Curse. Again, not a very good book. I think this one has the opposite problem of The Sea of Monsters, where like not a whole lot happens, but they make it really long, and also the beginning really sucked. Like, the first chapter is called My Rescue Operation Goes Very Wrong, so we skip like months of story time that honestly I think might have been beneficial, because we jump right into it without really knowing who Thalia is, and it's really important, so I feel like we kind of skip over that pretty quickly. However, we do get a nice introduction to Nico here, who very quickly became one of my favorite characters, not only in this series, but also in the Heroes of Olympus series. But overall, not a solid input into the series here. I just don't think they're quite as good as the other books. Coming in at 3rd place, we have Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Last Olympian. This book is a little bit more of a chongus than the other ones. Still not very long. None of these books are very long. Like I could probably read these in like a couple days, and like it's a good book. It really is. But the issue is like the entire thing is fighting, and it's just long with a lot of fighting that honestly doesn't really matter. Like there's no real stakes for a lot of the fighting. Like sure, there's the whole prophecy thing, you know, the world being taken over by Kronos, which is, you know, a problem. But the issue that I have mainly is that there's so much fighting that like so close to the end you're like, oh my gosh, just kill the damn thing or die. Like just choose one. It's so long for no reason. It's similar to the reason why I don't really care for a lot of Lord of the Rings movies, is because it's just a lot of fighting, and it's just like, all right, who's gonna win? That's all I really care about. It's not interesting enough for me to really care about, but it's still a pretty good book, and definitely one that I like, and I will reread at some point in the future. Coming in at number 2, this is the one that I probably read the most, is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. This book is great. This book is so much fun. It's a solid first part of the series, and honestly, it works on so many levels. It really does. It's a good introduction to all of our main characters, like Percy, Grover, and Annabeth, and also just a lot of fun to go on this journey that makes sense, right? It's always good to start off of a series, right, where the first book or the first intro is them explaining what they're doing as they're going, right? So here we have them traveling across the states, and every now and then they're like, oh, they come across a god, like Ares, and you know, Hephaestus' trap there, which was Ares' trap for Hephaestus, but still. And, like, it's just a really solid book, and I like it a lot. This is one that I reread often. I mean, if you can tell by the spine, it's just, like, crackled everywhere. But a solid entry in the series. Which means coming in at number 1, my favorite book in this series is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Battle of the Labyrinth. This is one that I don't read a whole lot because it's number 4, so it's a weird one. But it's a great book. It really, really is. I love this one. I wish I could reread it more. I've just always been interested in the Labyrinth, like as a Greek mythology enthusiast. I love Greek mythology, by the way. I've read about it since I was really little. I love reading about that kind of thing. So if you guys like Greek mythology and you want me to do like a video on it, be specific, but ask in the comments like, what do you want to see from me about Greek mythology, and I'll make a video about it because I love Greek mythology. But this book's really solid. It's really fun. I love the Labyrinth. It's really, really great. I love the relationship between Annabeth and Percy in this one. It's just such a clashing and awesome togetherness, and you don't really get a whole lot of that until the House of Hades again, where they're finally alone and they're trying to figure out where they're going. But a really, really, really solid entry in the series. My favorite book in the series. I need to reread this one again at some point because it's really good. I like it a lot, and it's great. So if you guys are interested in reading these, they're probably available. I know they're available on Amazon. You get the box set there. Barnes & Noble, you look at Barnes & Noble. They also have them on Amazon Kindle if you guys like to read on the internet, which I can't do. I need a hard physical copy of a book. I'll make a video about reading if you guys want, and I'll make a video about, like, you know, how I like to read and why I prefer paperbacks. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll actually write that down right now, and I'll just figure it out for sometime in June or July. I'll release that, all right? So yeah, that's my reading of the Percy Jackson and the Olympians books. That's what they look like all together. Really, really solid series if you guys are interested in reading it. I really like it. It's fun, but it is nothing compared to the Heroes of Olympus, which you really, really should read this series first before you read that, because you'll know more of the characters, which it can be dull reading this series every now and then, but once you get to the Heroes of Olympus, it's totally worth it. But that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this thing. If you guys have any other requests or anything, put in the comments below. At some point in the future, I will be reviewing the entire Simonverse, because I'm reading them, as you can see. I've got The Hate You Give, I've got The Upside of Unrequited, Dear Martin, and above that I have Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I have all those books, and I've got more coming in literally today. So if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, let me know in the comments below. And I think that's going to do it for me today. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.